The frozen air clung to every inch of Sergeant Daniel Hay's uniform as he trudged through the snow-covered forest of the Ardennes. The sky was a dull gray, the sun hidden behind thick clouds, and the wind carried a sharp bite that cut through gloves and scarves alike. His radio had gone silent hours ago, leaving his small squad isolated, unsure if reinforcements were coming or if they were already surrounded. Their mission had been simple: establish a forward observation post and report enemy movements. But intelligence had underestimated the German advance, and now Daniel and his men were the only Americans holding the ridge above a frozen creek that could mean the difference between life and death for the units below. The forest was eerily quiet, save for the occasional snap of a branch under the weight of snow. Daniel motioned for his men to spread out, rifles ready. Every shadow seemed alive, every gust of wind a possible threat. Then he heard it a faint crack, almost like a twig breaking, but slower, deliberate. He froze. From behind a cluster of snow-laden pines, a German patrol emerged, their breath steaming in the frigid air. Daniel's squad opened fire, the bullets ricocheting off trees and sending up sprays of snow. One of the enemy soldiers dropped immediately, while others scrambled for cover. Amid the chaos, Private Lewis pointed to a small clearing where a German officer was frantically trying to send a radio signal. If he succeeded, the ridge could be lost within the hour. Without hesitation, Daniel grabbed a spare submachine gun and sprinted through the snow, ignoring the stinging bullets that zipped past him. He reached the officer just as the signal went out. With a desperate tackle, Daniel knocked him down, smashing the radio under his boot. The officer's furious shouts were muffled by the wind and the snow. Daniel's men quickly secured the perimeter, driving the remaining patrol back into the forest. By late afternoon, the ridge was quiet again. The forest, blanketed in white, seemed almost peaceful, belying the day's violence. Daniel collapsed against a tree, exhausted, and surveyed the scene. Tracks in the snow told the story. The enemy had retreated, casualties on both sides, but the observation post and the men below were safe. As night fell, Daniel lit a small flare to signal their command. The red glow cut through the gray darkness, a lonely beacon in the endless snow. It was a simple signal, but it meant life, connection, and hope. The wind carried the faint echoes of gunfire from afar, a reminder that the battle was far from over. Daniel sank to his knees, hands pressed against the snow to warm them, and whispered to himself, "We hold this line. Whatever it takes." The forest seemed to listen, the snow crunching softly under the weight of soldiers and history alike.